Good afternoon all. So next session of our ILGL rapid revision series. Without wasting much time, we'll start with our question answer series, and I hope you all are waiting to answer the questions because last time I got really very nice feedback. Everyone was saying that ma'am minimum 30 minutes daily लो, half an hour daily लो, या ऐसे अलग अलग requirements आ रहे थे. So I planned it today again. So starting with the very basic questions and many more questions which are going to be very useful for you in your exam. So very basic. Chapter 3 Factories Act. Come on. Those who are attending first time, you need to write it in the chat box. The answers, you need to write it in the chat box. Those who were there in the last session, they know what we did in the last session. For those who are today first time attending, please write your answer in the chat box. Okay. So my first question for you all. My first question for you all is that what is chapter 3 of Factories Act? Come on, chapter 3 Factories Act. Answers please. So I got two various answers. One is health, one is welfare. Again health. Okay. So chapter 3 of Factories Act talks about dash. Yes. Very good. Very good. Those who have answered. Chapter 3 talks about health. Okay, so how to keep this in mind? 345 is HSW, Health, Safety, Welfare 345. This is the technique which I tell all my students to keep in mind because this is one of the mostly asked questions, frequently asked questions. So chapter 345 HSW. Okay. As per Employees Compensation Act, when is employer not liable? In which case, what are the limit of days? That for minimum this much days, if there is any disablement, then liability of employer will be taken into consideration. So what is that? If you want the statement, I will tell you the statement. When the injury does not result in disablement for a period exceeding dash days. Very good, Shivali. Very good. Yes, it's. Oh wow, Nihar is also there today. You missed it in the last session, Nihar. Not exceeding 3 days. Very good. Very good. It's not exceeding 3 days. Okay. The administration of Factories Act is done by dash. Administration of Factories Act is done by dash. Come on fast. I got only 3 answers till now. But all are right answers. All are right answers. You need to keep in mind that the administration is done by state government and not by the central government. Okay. Minimum rate of wages can be revised with dash effect. Minimum rate of wages can be revised with dash effect. Very good. Very good. Spread over as per Factories Act. Spread over as per Factories Act. आज बाकी लोग जवाब नहीं दे रहे क्यों? Today also we have silent spectators. Yes, it's 10.5 hours. It's not 9 hours. It's 10.5. I have asked you spread over. So again, one specific point you need to keep in mind. Please read the MCQ properly. Whether they have asked you daily hours or they are asking you spread over. Because in option you'll get 9 hours, 10.5, 12. So you need to read it properly. What are they willing to ask you so that your answer will not go wrong, because we feel that हम सही तो लिखा था. So this is the condition. So you need to read the MCQ properly. Next question, section 4 of Equal Remuneration Act talks about dash. Section 4 Equal Remuneration Act. No employee, it's not about employee. No, it's not work of similar nature. Few answers I got, they are right. Few are right, few are not right. Yes, it is about Equal Remuneration Act, but I'll give you clue those who are thinking whether it talks about payment or it talks about recruitment. You have two options, payment or recruitment. I have asked you section 4. Yes, it's payment. It's payment. Okay. As per Employee State Insurance Act, as per Employee State Insurance Act, what is excluded from the definition of employment injury? Yes, Mittal Bhadra, very good. Okay, I'll repeat the question. As per Employee State Insurance Act, what is excluded from the term employment injury? Excuse me. Very good. देख के बोल रहे हैं या पता है? Yes, it's on the way to office. On the way to office. Okay. Next question from the same chapter. How many benefits are provided? How many benefits are provided as per Employees State Insurance Act? How many benefits are provided as per Employees State Insurance Act? क्या बात है? Not a single wrong answer. Not a single wrong answer. Great. Great. Okay, so next question. As per Employees Provident Fund Miscellaneous Provisions Act, how many schemes are there? How many schemes are there as per Employees Provident Fund Miscellaneous Provisions Act? Okay, 3 schemes. Pakka? Just think whether there are 3 schemes. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Okay. So there are three schemes as per PF Act. The first scheme requires contribution from employers as well as employees. What is the rate of contribution? Employer and employee both contribute in the first scheme. What is the rate of contribution? Come on, fast. Very good, Ahil. First answer I got from you. Very good. Yes, employer employee both contribute in the first scheme and it is of 10%. Okay. The day before yesterday's session, one question which all of you were confused. I'll be asking you that question again. In which scheme neither the employee nor the employer, neither the employee nor the employer contributes? In which scheme? Today everyone is giving right answer. How come? Just one session, you all were confused and now everyone is giving right answer. Okay, that's the pension scheme in which neither the employer nor the employee contributes. Okay. What is the calculation? As per Bonus Act, there is certain salary wage limit. Up to that, calculation is done on actual, and more than that, calculation will be on that specific amount. What is that? Okay, one answer is wrong, others are right. One answer is wrong, others are right. Okay, the calculation is done on 7,000. Yes, very good. The calculation will be done on 7,000. If it exceeds 7,000, then calculation is on 7,000. If it is less than 7,000, calculation will be done on actual basis. Okay. Maximum period for payment of bonus. Maximum period, maximum. Yeah, you told me normal period. I have asked you maximum period. Bhavi, I'm a bit unwell today, so my voice might get affected due to that. You can see also that I'm a bit unwell today. Okay, so 2 years is the maximum period. Very good. Very good. आज सोच क्या है? Ma'am, you can ask me any question and I'll be answering you. Okay. In how many conditions you get gratuity? I want just the number. In how many conditions you get the gratuity? How many conditions? Not 2, not 4. It's not 2, it's not 4. It's not 3. Come on. It's not the dartboard. I want the right answer. In how many conditions you get gratuity? Yes, Kajol, very good. The first right answer which I got is from Kajol. It's 5 conditions you get gratuity out of 2 we have, in which we said that we don't need to complete the continuous service of 5. That is only 2 conditions, but in total 5 cases you will be paid gratuity. Okay. Then many students said that they wanted questions on penalties, but I am not asking because it might lose your confidence. So I am not asking you that specific question. As per Employees Compensation Act, what is the minimum rate of compensation for death? Rate of compensation for death. It's 1,20,000 or 1,40,000. Yes, it's 1,20,000. Very good. Those who have answered, those who are silent spectators, for them, please give answers. I got a very nice feedback for the previous session. I was really surprised to read that ma'am, your session was really very good. My each and every answer was wrong, but still I enjoyed your session. That was one of the feedbacks which I got for the previous session. So write the answer. Whether it's wrong, it's right. Don't see. Just write it. You'll remember it that no, I had given the wrong answer and that this was the right answer. So please answer the questions. Don't be silent spectator. It is for your benefit. Okay. My favorite question. My students know, my fast track batch, my revision batch students know that how favorite these questions are. I want you to tell me the schedule number and part number. Schedule number and part number for permanent total disablement as per Employees Compensation Act. Schedule number, part number for Employees Compensation Act permanent total disablement. See how many answers I am getting. Okay, whether all have answered. So I'll tell you the trick which all my students use. That we have these same questions in employee state insurance and employees compensation. So how to keep this in mind? Just keep in mind that the method which I use. As per ABCD, first comes the compensation wala C. So Employees Compensation Act schedule number is 1. For Employees Compensation Act schedule number is 1. For Employees State Insurance Act schedule number is 2. How to keep in mind the part numbers? Part numbers are same for both the acts. Total is in part 1, partial is in part 2. So schedule 1 compensation, schedule 2 employee state insurance, part 1 is total, part 2 is partial. So for our question, the answer is schedule 1 part 1. Many of you have given it right, but many of you have given it wrong. So please keep in mind, again, one of the frequently asked questions in the exam. Then comes your dual applicability of Contract Labour Act. To whom this act becomes applicable? I want the name to whom this act specific becomes applicable. What, repeat? Okay. Employee state insurance and yes, I'll do. Just give first this answer, then I'll repeat. Definitely I'll repeat. Just give the answer. As per Contract Labour Act, what is the dual applicability? This act is applicable to whom and who? Yes, 20 or more. Very good. One more condition I want. To whom this specific act is applicable? Contract Labour Act is applicable to whom? To whom is Contract Labour Act applicable? Yes, employer as well as yes, very good, Shivani. This act is applicable to contractors also. Now what is the difference? Employer who is going to employ 20 or more contract labor, okay, and your contractor. So for contractor, if he is employing 20 or more contract labor, then only this act becomes applicable to him. Otherwise this act will not be applicable. Yes, in past 12 months. Very good, Neha. Now what specific point you should keep in mind, that this act is applicable to employer. Employer means establishment. To the establishment having 20 or more workmen working as contract labor, not total number of workmen, but only contract labor number should exceed 20, then only that establishment this act becomes applicable. Okay. So the previous point which you wanted me to repeat, that what is the part number, schedule number. So schedule number differs, but part number remains the same. Part number is part 1 is for total, part 2 is for partial for both the acts. Schedule number, employees compensation and employee state insurance. Employees compensation is schedule 1, employee state insurance is schedule 2. How to keep in mind? As per alphabets, C comes first before S. So compensation is 1 and state insurance is 2. This is how I keep it in mind. Dual applicability is in contract. Dual applicability is in contract labor. Okay. If the contractor does not pay the wages, whose responsibility is it to pay the wages, and can he recover it from the contract? Yes, it's the responsibility of the principal employer to pay the wages, and yes, it can be recovered. Very good. Very good. Child as per Maternity Benefit Act includes dash. Child as per Maternity Benefit Act includes dash. Yes, it's stillborn child. It's stillborn child. Okay. Next question. Yes, stillborn child. Everyone has given the right answer. In case of adoption, a child below the age of dash, if adopted, maternity benefit will be provided. Yes, it's stillborn child. My next question is in case of adoption. Whether it is 3 years or 3 months, a vast difference. 3 years or 3 months, up to what age? Months or 3 years. Question: in case of adoption, a woman who legally adopts a child below the age of dash shall be entitled to get maternity benefit. क्या बात है आकांक्षा. Very good. Very good. That's the style from which I keep in mind. Logical thinking. Yes, it's 3 months. It is not 3 years, it's 3 months. Please keep it in mind. Okay, how many visits are allowed in creche as per Maternity Benefit Act? Visits allowed in creche as per Maternity Benefit Act. Many of you are giving right answers. 1 or 2 wrong, others are right. Yes, it's 4 visits are allowed in creche as per Maternity Benefit Act. As per child and adolescent labor, at a stretch, work should be done for dash at a stretch. One stretch, how many hours or how many hours only? Okay. Okay, it's 3 hours. Many of you are writing 3 hours. Yes, it's 3 hours. Okay. Whether adolescent is allowed to work overtime? Yes or no? Adolescent is allowed to work overtime? Yes or no? No. Everybody is saying no. Yes, he is not allowed to work overtime. Okay. At least dash interval must be given for rest as per child and adolescent labor. At least dash interval must be given for rest. Ab aap gaya maza. Whether it's half an hour or 1 hour. See, I have given you options also. Whether it's half an hour or 1 hour. Half an hour or 1 hour. The answer is 1 hour break is given. 1 hour break is given in child and adolescent. Half an hour break is given as per Factories Act. So again, slight difference, but you need to keep in mind that half an hour is in Factories Act, 1 hour is in child and adolescent labor. Okay. Next comes the question. As per Industrial Employment Standing Orders Act, employer needs to submit dash copies of draft standing orders. Dash copies. 3 or 5. See, I have got 2 answers. 3 or 5. Yes, it's 5 copies are to be given. 5 copies are to be given as per your Standing Orders Act. Okay. The certified standing orders comes into effect after expiry of dash from the date of which copies are sent to the parties as per Standing Orders Act. Standing orders come into operation on expiry of dash. Very good, Akanksha, the first right answer. Yes, Shivani, right answer. What is the answer? Come on, fast. Yes, it's 30 days. 30 days in normal case, and if appeal is preferred, then it's 7 days. Again, point to be kept in mind. Subsistence allowance for first 90 days of suspension. What is subsistence allowance? I want the rate. What is subsistence allowance? For first 90 days. Yes, it's 50%. 50%. Very good. In layoff, whether business continues, yes or no. In layoff, whether business continues, yes or no. In layoff, whether business continues. Yes, business continues. Many of you had issue in these 4 concepts, so I have uploaded a video day before yesterday explaining these 4 concepts: layoff, lockout, retrenchment and strike. Okay, so business continues in layoff. Whether business continues in lockout. No, because there is temporary shutdown. Temporary closing of place of employment is your lockout. Okay. Again, my favorite question, some of you might link to it. If, please listen it carefully, I'll not repeat. If lockout is legal and justified, whether wages will be paid. If lockout is legal and justified, whether wages are paid. No, they are not. So again, how to keep it in mind? Lockout, legal and justified, wages will not be paid. Strike, legal and justified, wages will be paid. Lockout, unjustified, wages will be paid. Strike, unjustified, wages will not be paid. There is a cross connection, so keep it in mind. Again, one of the favorite questions. Retrenchment occurs due to dash. Retrenchment occurs due to dash. Retrenchment occurs due to dash. Yes, but yes, very good. Retrenchment occurs due to dash. That is the question. Extremely sorry. Thank you, Nehan. Much needed today. Much needed. It's due to surplus labor. Retrenchment occurs due to surplus labor. Okay. Okay. Next question. If the workers deliberately delay production or work done, what type of strike this is known as? If workers deliberately delay production and work done, whether it is stay, sit down, pen down, tool down, or it is ghost. Yes, Let's go slow. Go slow. No, it's not stay and sit down. Let's go slow. I had asked you a question on stay and sit down, pen down, tool down last time. That was which strike is known as primary strike. Well, that answer is stay and sit down, pen down, tool down. Okay. Which authority as per Industrial Disputes Act is constituted by central government? Which authority as per Industrial Disputes Act is constituted by central government? Very good, Priya. Which tribunal? Don't write only tribunal. Which tribunal? Yes, the only authority is National Tribunal, which is appointed by central government. Okay. Return as per Trade Union Act is to be registered on or before dash. Return as per Trade Union Act. Very good, Shivani. Yes, it's 31st December. 31st December is the date. And if alteration is done to rules of the registered trade union, it is to be filed with the registrar in dash days. क्या बात है? Notes लिखिए बैठे क्या? I am going chapter wise today. अरे नहीं मैम आता है हमें सब कुछ. I am going chapter wise today. Don't worry. I will be asking random also at the end. Okay. Next question. Forms as per labor law simplification of procedure blah 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 are given in dash schedule. Forms are given in dash schedule. Yes, it's not schedule 1. It's second schedule. 1 talks about the name of the acts, 2 talks about the forms. Okay. Small establishment is establishment having dash number of employees. Small establishment. 10 to 40 or 9. Okay, not less than 10, not more than 40 is small, and not more than 9 is very small. Okay, now, yes, very small. Okay, very small establishment is required to maintain dash register. I want a form number. Registers for very small establishment. Whether, I'll give you options because many of you are giving various answers. Option 1 is form 1, option 2 is form 1 and 2, option 3 is 1, 2, 3 and option 4 is 1 and 3. You guys are changing your answer now. Only few of you are confirm on your answer. You are writing that. Man only register 3 forms, then 1 and 3. Not sure for this question. Okay, I'll explain you very shortly because again frequently asked questions from this chapter. Form 1 is your return. Form 1 is your return. Please listen carefully and not repeat because we have very less time in our hand and still I am explaining you concepts. Form 1 is your return, Form 2 and Form 3 are your registers. 1 return, 2 and 3 registers. For a small establishment, that is 10 to 40 wala criteria, for small establishment, if they are asking you forms, you need to write 1, 2, 3. If they are asking you forms, you need to write 1, 2, 3. If they are asking you registers, write 2 and 3. If they are asking you written, write 1. Okay. Forms 1, 2, 3, registers 2, 3 and written 1 for small establishment. For very small establishment, you need to keep in mind they are required form number 1 and 3. If they ask you register, answer is form 3. If they ask you forms, answer is 1 and 3. If they ask you written, answer is 1. So please keep in mind that for register, very small establishment, answer is form 3. Yes, Shivani, you wrote very correct, very aptly, but many of them are getting confused. Very confusing part, and I have explained it in each and every session, but still you guys are giving wrong answers, so I explained it again. So just keep in mind all 3 forms are for small, 1 and 3 is for very small. Form 1 is written applicable to both of them. 2 and 3 are registers. 2 and 3 for small, 3 for very small. Okay, next. Come on. If agriculture and horticulture is in public sector, whether Employment Exchanges Act is applicable? I'll repeat. Agriculture and horticulture in establishment in public sector, whether Employment Exchange is applicable? Some nahi बोल रहे. Why no? Why no? Yes. Arey, don't change the answer. Don't change the answer. Your answer should be C. If agriculture and horticulture in any establishment is in public sector, whether Employment Exchange Act is applicable? Yes, very good, Nehar. You took my question properly. That they have given act not to apply if it is in private sector, which means it is applicable in public sector. I have asked you directly in public sector, so the answer is yes, act becomes applicable. Again, I'll repeat my statement. Please read the MCQ properly, because whatever they have asked, you should know first that, then only you can answer. Okay, next is to become an apprentice. What is the minimum age? To become an apprentice, what is minimum age? Yes, it's 14. It's 14. Okay, come on, fast now. Ordinance making power of President article. Ordinance making power of President article. I want the article number. Yes, it's 1, 2, 3. Duration of ordinance shall be of dash. Duration of ordinance shall be of dash after assembly of both the houses. Yes, it's 6 weeks. It's 6 weeks. Okay. Mandamus commands dash and prohibition commands dash. Mandamus commands dash, prohibition commands dash. Mandamus commands activity, prohibition commands not prevention. Prohibition commands, mandamus commands activity, prohibition commands inactivity. Very good. Ridhimi, Khushi, Shivani, very good. Again, one of the MCQs you need to keep in mind. Whether parliamentary history is an internal aid or external aid. Parliamentary history is internal aid or external aid. Yes, it's external aid. Damage without injury. Damage without injury is dash. Damage without injury is damnum sine injuria. Damage without injury is damnum sine injuria. Very good. Correct. You guys are doing well. Okay. I want you to tell me the judicial remedies. I want you to tell me the judicial remedies. There are 3 judicial remedies. Write it properly. Take time, write it properly. 3 judicial remedies. I have asked you judicial, not extrajudicial. Judicial remedies. Damage, restitution and injunction. Okay, very good. Injunction decree. No. Very good. Very good. Okay. Next is limitation bars dash. Limitation bars dash. Very good. Vittal Badra, very good. Shivani, very good. Nehal, good. Limitation bars. Remedy. Limitation bars remedy. Maximum period of limitation. I had asked you earlier also. Maximum period of limitation. Good. It's 30 years. It's 30 years. Maximum period of limitation is 30 years. Okay. Confession are special form of dash. Confession are special form of dash. Confession is a special form of admission. Very good. Confession is special form of admission. Okay. Dash is a person against whom a decree has been passed. Dash is a person against whom decree has been passed. क्या बात है? Very good. Okay. Next is your which question shall I ask? Offense in which punishment is imprisonment for less than 3 years or with fine only. What is this kind of offense? Imprisonment for less than 3 years or with fine only. No, it's not summary trial. Whether this is offense or case, चलो ये भी पूछ लेती हूँ. Whether this is offense or case, and if whatever it may be, you should tell me the name. This offense is known as, yes, it's offense, very good. This offense is known as bailable offense. This is bailable offense. Okay. What is the power of sessions judge or additional sessions judge? Power of sessions judge or additional sessions judge. Power of sessions judge or additional sessions judge. No. Imprison up to 7 years, no. 7 years fine up to 10,000, no. Sessions judge or additional sessions judge. Okay. Is there any exception? No. 3 years fine, no. Okay. Any sentence except death, and if death sentence is to be passed, then confirmation from High Court is required. Okay. If the warrant remains unexecuted, what are the remedies? Yes, good. Confirmation from High Court. Yes. If the warrant remains unexecuted, what are the remedies available? Search warrant. I want the specific terminology. What is the specific terminology? The question is whenever the warrant remains unexecuted, what are the remedies available? Yes. What are the remedies available? Answer is any sentence except death, and for death, confirmation from High Court is required. Yes, Shivani. First is proclamation, issuing the proclamation, and second remedy available is attachment and sale of property. Attachment and sale of property. Oh, come on, last chapter I'll ask you a question. If interest of third party is involved, what is the time limit to get the information? Interest of third party is involved. Yes, it's 40 days. Very good. It's 40 days. Third party means a person other than dash. Third party is a person other than dash. Third party is a person other than dash. Very good. Very good. It's citizen. Third party is a person other than citizen. Okay. Now I'll ask you 2-3 rapid questions and then we'll stop for the day. Chapter 5 Factories Act. Chapter 5 Factories Act. Yes, first answer is right. Yes, it's welfare. Very good. Child as per child and adolescent labor. Yes, it's not completed 14. And Factories Act is not completed. Factories Act is not completed 15. Yes, very good. Factories Act is not completed. As per pension scheme, minimum dash years of contributory service is required for entitlement to pension. As per pension scheme. Yes, it's 10 years. Skill, effort and responsibility is a concept defined in which act? Skill, effort and responsibility. Very basic question, but still I got a wrong answer. So I'm happy that my question was right. Skill, effort, responsibility in which chapter? Come on guys. It's Equal Remuneration Act. It's Equal Remuneration Act and not Apprentices Act. Please keep in mind. Okay. As per employee of Minimum Wages Act, who is included in the definition of employee as per Minimum Wages Act? Included in the definition of employee as per Minimum Wages Act. Okay. I have asked you employee, not wages. Definition of employee is asked, not wages. Okay, one inclusion I got. I want one more inclusion. Yes, very good. Very good. First is out worker and second is employee declared by appropriate government. Out worker and employee declared by appropriate government is inclusion in the definition of employee. Okay, one last question now. The common examples of dash. The common examples of dash are principal agent, partners, master servant, employer independent contract. Common examples of dash, fill in the blank, are principal agent, partners, master servant, employer independent contract. Very good, Ridhimi, very good. Yes, it's vicarious liability. It's vicarious liability. So, today we have covered entire 25 chapters. I was asking you questions from each and every chapter. So, I hope again you enjoyed this revision. Now, one small request, if you have doubt in any specific query, if you want me to explain any specific concept, please just ping on the WhatsApp number which you all have, so that I'll try to record it and upload it on YouTube. Any concept which is difficult from your end, such as I got one request for set off and set on. So I'm trying to implicate that specific concepts such as time of payment of wages or writs from Constitution of India. So if you have any specific concept requirement, please ping on the WhatsApp number which you all have. And thank you so much, and extra thanks today because you counted the MCQs. My goodness, you counted the MCQs. So we have covered 70% then out of 100. And thank you for you wrote. Okay, thank you for hearing such voice, because today I'm not at all well, my voice is not good. And thank you so much. Yes, I'll be taking care by all your support and love from you guys. So thank you so much. And if you want more sessions, right, if you don't want anything from my side, write that no, we are done and we don't want anything. So thank you for attending, thank you for giving answers, and yes, thank you.